This is Teachable Moments with April podcast, and you guessed it, I'm your host, April. If you're a returning listener and a part of the Teachable Moments with April podcast family, welcome back. For those of you who are checking me out for the first time, well, hello and welcome. To everyone listening, look for the teachable moments that are all around you. Enjoy. Tired of one-size-fits-all skincare? Well, this is Future Formula by Brand, an anti-aging formula personalized for you, and you, and you. Future Formula by Brand. Get your first month free. Just pay $4.95 shipping and handling. Good afternoon, Miss Mary. How are you?
I'm doing well, April. Thank you for asking.
Great. So Miss Mary has something to share with you, and I'll let her share that with you.
Okay, this is once again, I think this might be several times I've talked about Oak Street Health. And I don't know how to begin it, but I wish there was someone that could answer the question for me the way Dr. Robinson did for Brian Johnson on Fox News this morning, March 1st. I was very, very impressed with that interview. I haven't seen any doctors at Oak Street Health yet, and I guess I'm still waiting to see the doctors. I always gotten a nurse practitioner, and I haven't ever gotten any answers back. I think I asked a question once. The young lady asked me a question. I asked her a question about which she wasn't a doctor or a nurse practitioner. I don't know what she was. She said she did my vitals, and asked me, did I have an enlarged heart, which they keep throwing that around to me. I don't know why. I don't recall anyone explaining to me why would they keep asking me about me having an enlarged heart. I don't remember going through extensive tests. I always thought that tests had to be done to ascertain whether a person had an enlarged heart. Back when I had Dr. Slobodian, back in the day, over 20 years ago, she gave me, I had to be tested, and she told me that I had cardiovascular disease, and she gave me a diet, medication to help me with it, which I follow through religiously with it, and I haven't had any serious problems. Okay, and when I asked her about why would she ask me, why would she say that I had an enlarged heart, she only looked at me and asked me, do I have a psychiatrist, which threw me all the way off. My heart and my brain are two different parts of my body. I wanted to know, I would like to ask a question about what kind of training did she have, which she went to completely blank and became very hostile. And they said that I'm a difficult patient. But being said, I have lots of questions when it comes to me. This is not about the nurse practitioner. This is not about Oak Street Health. This is not about the doctor. This is about me. The patients, clients, or whatever you want to call them, is the people that the head office told me about was people that was senior citizens and handicapped people. And I asked him the question about, okay, so why you pick these people? So you picking the ones that is not able to make a decision by themselves, and the senior citizens that is suffering from dementia or senility or something. He hung up on me. Never heard from him again. I'm still trying to get answers. Now this morning, Box 32, I always make it a point, no matter what am I doing. Before I do my Bible study each morning, I like to look at the live news, basically Fox 32. Although I miss Brohisha, the news girl, she was one of my favorite, and so forth, but the rest of them is there, except now I see Brian Johnson a lot. He seemed like a personable young man, and he interviewed Dr. Robinson from Oak Street Health, which knocked me off my feet.
Okay.
And he was asking her questions.
Okay.
And I pray that it worked. And she said that to Brian, that Oak Street Health is there exclusively for the patients. There's no ulterior motive other than for the patient. She says, when, quote, when I look in the patient's eyes, I look at them as a loved one, like a mother or something. And this is all about them and what we can help them with. And Brian wanted to know, well, how do you help them with their diets and so? Well, she went on to say that, not in these so many words, but we poor, pathetic people, we live in a food desert. I guess we can't get out of this food desert and so forth. And she helped them to choose a very healthy diet. Now, if they're in a food desert, they suffer from dementia and handicap. How do they get some place to get some healthy food for? Do y'all have a place where you drive them or make sure they get there to get this food, this healthy food? Now, my thing is, when I was at Oak Street Health, I can say the environment there is pretty phenomenal. They have coffee making machine, chocolate machine, exercise program, and so forth. It's not like clinics I have visited, walked in the front door and walked back out, because it was not a very sanitary looking place. Now, my next point is, when you call for an appointment to the clinic, they ask you, are you looking for your medication, or you need to set up an appointment? But if you're ill or whatever, go to the emergency room. Now, I would like for someone to clear up to me, which I don't understand. If this is a clinic, if you're ill, I used to go to my doctor, Dr. Sporty, and then she would give me a referral that I needed after she ascertained what is going on with me, and send me to someplace else. But if I'm just sick, are you telling me not to come there? I need these questions answered, but no one have ever answered one question for me. Not one.
Okay, I'm going to break in here for a second. I don't think Miss Mary knows this, but I find this very interesting. Is that she saw what she saw on Fox News with Brian Johnson interviewing Dr. Robinson, who's a representative of Oak Street Health and their whole health system. But I recently started a series from a book from Unity Ministries, and it's called Spiritual Keys to Aging Well. If you haven't tuned in for this, I've only did 2 episodes. The second episode of this series was at 7 a.m. today. Okay, so if you'd like to listen to that, if you haven't already listened to it, go there. and listen to Spiritual Keys to Aging Well by Unity Ministries. And in this particular episode that was aired earlier this morning, it had to do with eating and aging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going